Hey folks, welcome back to the Mickelson Racing channel. Thanks for tuning in. This is Sick Week episode 3. We're going to be working on all sorts of good stuff. What we've got to do on the Caprice, we got to put in a new control arm. We have to raise the front just a little bit. We're going to knock out an oil change. We're going to, maybe zip tie the bumper. We'll see. We have to do an O2 bung in the header because the one that's in it is stripped out. We got to put in a new starter because this one's junk. And we've got to wrap the header before we put it back in. Actually, that's the other header, so that we don't melt the starter that's in there now. Just a bunch of drivetrain stuff that we're knocking out today. And check this out. We have to put a bunch of these vacuum caps in. Look at these vacuum caps. Go ahead and ask Mortsky Repair down in the comments, how much vacuum do you think that was holding? Yeah. So we got some new ones. We're going to shove them suckers in there. Then we'll hold all the vacuum. Also, we've got our PCV, I think is what this is called. Breathing right to atmosphere. So any suggestions on that, let me know. If there are any kits out there I can buy so I don't have to fabricate something, please let me know. So I can just buy it, bolt it on, be done. That'd be great. Alright, well, let's get to work. Look at the condition of these vacuum caps. Holy criminy. Terrible. But we got 4 brand spanking new ones. So happy about that. We're going to go ahead and throw these suckers away. Those vacuum caps can't hurt any vacuum ever again. Hey folks, my footage got lost, but let's jump right into taking the control arms off the car. That thing fought me every step of the way, but we got it out. So here's our control arm. So check this out. There's the old one. There's the new one. See how we got a little bend in her right after the accident? It was bent more than this, but we did everything we could to straighten it out on the road so we can drive it back home. Let me just overlay these things just a little bit for you. And there you go. You can see just how bent that control arm really is. So we're going to get our straight one back on here. And hopefully this tire will straighten itself out. I haven't really looked at any of the other suspension. It's kind of hard to tell if anything else is bent under here as far as the coilover and the strut goes, or the other control arm. I guess that'd be the upper. or even the tie rod. Haven't been able to tell if any of that's bent. We'll just get this lower control arm on there, and then we'll have the alignment shop tell us whether anything else is damaged. They'll be the best judge of that. Let me throw this new one on, then we'll keep chugging along. New one going in was way easier than the old one coming out. It's probably the case in most things. We got that brand spanking new lower control arm in there. Torque to spec, of course. That was a lot of work. Let's go to the other side. Hopefully that one is easier, and I can take some of the lessons I learned doing this side and apply it to the other side. Well, folks, we got the other side out. That was way easier than the passenger side. So we got both of our old ones in here. Here's the bent one off of the passenger side. Here's the straight one off the driver's side. And we got both new ones in the car now. So now we got to check something else off our list. Let's go ahead, check out our list, and see what we got left to do. So we can go ahead and cross off control arms. Heck yeah. I don't want to raise the front yet. I want to tackle some other things first. Oil change is simple. So let's go down here to some more difficult things. We'll do O2 bung. So we got to pull the header, take the header out, and then figure out what we got to do to put a brand spanking new O2 bung in there, because the O2 bung that's in the header currently is stripped out. So let's get to work and start doing that. Alright folks, so we got the header out of the car, and here is our O2 bung, which if we take an O2 plug, this thing is completely stripped out. There are no threads left in that thing whatsoever. So we have two different style O2 bungs right here. We have this one, which is just you drill a hole and you just set it right inside this ring, and it'll set right down in there, and then you weld this thing on, and then you screw your new O2 sensor into those threads. The second style we have is curved, like this. So let's see if I can catch that on camera. See how that's curved just a little bit? Now that's supposed to be profiled to generally what your pipe would be profiled to, and then you'll just fill a little gap with whatever's missing. Well, I'm thinking that I like this one better because this is a little bit flatter of a surface than this would be. See, this doesn't quite set on there really nice. So this profile is not going to quite work for the O2 sensor being inside the collector. This would work better if you wanted to put it in like a 3-inch pipe, maybe behind the collector itself. So we're going to not use this profiled O2 sensor. We're going to use this here. I don't know what you want to call this one, but it'll set right in this hole. So what we're going to do, I think, is we're going to set this on the drill press, and we're just going to drill out the piece that's already in here. And hopefully that's not too hard where we can drill it out fairly easily. Then we'll set this new piece in here, bada bing, bada boom, weld it on, and we'll have a functional O2 sensor bung. So that's the route we're going to go. Let's go ahead and throw this in the drill press and get to drilling. guys, we have an O2 bung with our O2 sensor in it. This is very snugly fit. The bung that is. So now our only task is we got to burn this in with our welder. This is a stainless bung, and this is you know, regular steel exhaust piping or exhaust header, however you want to say it. So I'm not sure if I want to use my stainless wire or if I want to use my regular wire, but regardless, I'm going to go ahead and burn this into place, and we'll have an O2 sensor again. We'll be good to go. There you have it, folks. All welded up. It's pretty hot. I'm not going to touch it, but it's not my best work, but it's certainly not my worst. It's going to work, though. It looks like it's all sealed up around there. Yeah, we're going to shove an O2 sensor in this thing, and we're going to carry on our merry way. Glad to have that header wrapped up and the exhaust back on. Not the most fun job, but it was actually quicker than I thought it was going to be. So that's a good thing. We get to cross something else off the list now. Boom. O2 bung. Goodbye. Let's move on to the next lower thing. Let's go with starter. The starter got really hot this summer after racing and street driving and stuff, and it started to give out on us. So we're going to put a brand spanking new AC Delco unit in this thing, just to make sure we don't have problems on the road. Let's get rock and rolling on that. Headers. Headers are so freaking awesome because they're in the way of everything. You want to pull a starter on a Caprice and you got headers on, you're going to have to pull that freaking header out of the way to get your starter out. So that took way too long. The passenger side header is a lot tighter than the driver's side. So getting that out of there is minty. We got two starters. We got an old and a new. This one would give us the old click-clack and it wouldn't start when the engine was hot or running for a while or at the track, idling in traffic, you know, all that sort of fun stuff. We got a brand new Delco unit, you know, AC Delco 7229, same deal as this one, AC Delco 7229. You can tell which one's new, quite obviously. This one, the plastic connector is broken. This is the trigger wire for your starter. And there's no nut on the positive battery cable connection, so we're gonna have to rob the nut off of our old starter and apply it to our new starter. Boom, fixed. Also, I see that there's like a plastic plug looking thing in here that this one does not have, so hopefully I can rob that out of here somehow and put it on that one, I guess. It's kind of our plan of action. You can see here's our connection point that's not broken. We're just gonna plug it in there and hope that it stays. Pretty good way to go about it. Let's throw this brand new starter in the Caprice. Way wham jam under there somewhere. Put another header back on. I'll be ready to rock and roll. What a fiasco pulling that header, putting it back on, all that just for a freaking starter. Mortsky would be proud. You know what he would be even prouder of though? These race car red spark plug heat protector boot thingies. Colors make you go fast. I'm just excited we get to cross another thing off the sick week list. Bam, let's go for starter. Outski. What else can we tackle? Zip tie bumper. We can do that when we're good to go with everything else, I think. Windshield. We're waiting on Mortski to get a shield for us. In alignment, we got to make an appointment with the alignment shop, which we'll do very soon. Oil change. We can probably rep up an oil change right now and then raise the front. Let's see. Header wrap. Done. All this stuff will be for a different video. So I tell you what, we're going to knock out an oil change. Let's test out all the things that we worked on. If we start this car right now, we're going to test out the O2 bung that we put in. We're going to test out the starter that we put in, and we're going to warm up the oil to make an oil change easier. We're all good, man. Let's go ahead and start this thing up, make sure it runs and runs good, and basically just confirm that our work was effective. Let's start up this BTR Night Fury cam, long tube header, 3-inch exhaust, 6-liter LS Caprice. Gosh dang it, does the Caprice run good now that all this stuff is fixed? Zeus even thinks so, don't you, buddy? All you want is attention, huh? And pets. You're probably wondering where the Caprice is. We just loaded it on the trailer. We're bringing it to the alignment shop after work tomorrow. So it's getting an alignment tomorrow evening. You guys will catch that on the next video for a super cool install on a line lock on a Caprice PPV. All right, don't forget to like and subscribe right here in the corner of this video, and we'll catch you next week on the Mickelson Racing Channel.